Hello, everyone. It is so wonderful to be together again tonight on this rainy Shabbos evening. We begin with a shout out to the Larson family, to Tamara, Dave, Paul, and Vivian, and Ezra, who would have been celebrating Vivian's bat mitzvah this Shabbat. Viv, we look forward to the fall when you will lead us in prayer with your wise words, your beautiful voice, and your equally beautiful neshama. We also have with us tonight members of the class of 2020, our high school seniors and their families, 8 of whom will be our shir sharers for tonight's service, either by video or written word. We turn toward the lighting of our Shabbat candles. Feel free to get yours out. Any candles will do. Rabbi David Wolpe writes, Friday night arrives. I know what my task is at this moment. I am to stop affecting the world and live in harmony with it. Even though I am a tangle of yearnings, which I just love that, a tangle of yearnings. On this day, everything is to be perfect. I am to be satisfied with the many blessings that I have in my life. For once, I am to be at peace with the universe. His words, though incredibly challenging, especially in this time, are also a wonderful invitation. With a communal, deep breath, let us together kindle these lights of tradition, of hope, and of peace. Turning to page 1 in your prayer book, or looking at the words on the screen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlek ner להדלק נר של שבת. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We begin our sharing of this spectacular class of 2020 with the words of Katie Hubbard, child of Josh and Amy Hubbard.
Hi, I'm Katie, and I am going to Wheaton College in the fall, hopefully. But I wanted to share my favorite memory of being at Shir Tikvah. I think that Shir Tikvah has truly given me such an incredible community and really connected Judaism to that feeling of community for me, and given me some amazing friends that I have now known for so long. So thank you so much for everything you have done for me, and thank you for giving me some of the best experiences and truly giving me such a place to dive into my Judaism, and which led to so many incredible Jewish opportunities for me.
We turn to page 2, fourth song down for Hine Matov. How good and how sweet it is, like Katie said, to be in this community together. Hine Matov Manayim Sheverachim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Manayim Sheverachim Gam Yachad. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Name Matov Manayim Sheverachim Gam Yachad. Name Matov Manayim Sheverachim Gam Yachad. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Name Matov Manayim Sheverachim Gam Yachad. Name Matov Manayim Sheverachim Gam Yachad.
In this week's Torah portion, Parshat Emor, the holiday calendar is laid out, and all of the times of communal gathering and celebration are spoken about. It's interesting in this calendar, as we are taught it, Sukkot is the only holiday that gets described as a joyful one. And not just once, it gets described as a joyful holiday 3 times. I think to indicate a special relationship between joy and the holiday of Sukkot, which is in some way, if you think about it, surprising. Perhaps Passover, the holiday where we celebrate freedom, you might expect joy, but no mention of joy, or Rosh Hashanah, new beginnings, no joy. Shavuot gets spoken about with joy, but only once in the Torah. In fact, it's only Shavuot that gets mentioned more than once, or Sukkot that gets mentioned more than once as being about joy, which is funny because the reasons given for Sukkot are not inherently joyful. We are taught we live in huts to remember the fragility of life. We're taught we live in huts to remember wandering in the wilderness for 40 years. We're taught we live in huts remembering the harvest and the precariousness of our world. And yet, after each of these teachings, joy. We're living in huts, and it's a joy. The Torah seems to be hammering home this connection between the fragility of Sukkot, the uncertainty of Sukkot, the temporary nature of Sukkot, and joy. And I have to admit that as an anxious person, when I'm in uncertain times, joy is not where I usually land in my wanderings in my mind. But I think that the Torah is inviting minds like mine to welcome the possibility of joy into the experience of uncertainty. Yes, I have a tendency to project for when things go wrong. But what if the Torah says, what if they go right? What would that feel like? This is certainly a highly uncertain time in our lives. And yet the Torah, I think, is reminding us that even at moments like this, it is upon us to look for joy. And when we look, lo and behold, it's there. Personally, when I look around at how much time I'm spending with my children, and it is a lot of time that I am spending with my children, I will admit that I know them more deeply than I did before. Professionally, this is the first class who I stood on the bima with Beth as they became B'nai Mitzvah, and now they are graduating as the class of 2020. What joy to see and remember these faces, these words, these voices from years ago, and know that they have been a part of our community for this time. What a joy for me to have been a part of the community for this time. It is an uncertain time in all of our lives. And now, as we shelter in our Sukkot, in our huts, we hope that hold us safe. Our Torah invites us. As hard as it's been, can you name a joy you've experienced? And looking ahead, can you make room for some of the joy that might be there as well? As we honor our seniors tonight, we hold so much joy in our hopes for them. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, Yasher Koach. We turn to page 5 in our prayer books, or the words on your screen. Shiru Ladonai. Let's sing out that joy. Each with our own soul melody, singing it out to all the earth. Shiru Ladonai, Shiru Shir Hadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Shiru Ladonai, Baruch Hu Shemo, Basiru Miyom Liyom Yeshu Ato, Shiru Ladonai, Shiru Shir Hadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Shiru Ladonai, Baruch Hu Shemo, Basiru Miyom Liyom Yeshu Ato, Shiru Ladonai, Shiru Shir Hadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Shiru Ladonai, Baruch Hu Shemo, Basiru Miyom Liyom Yeshu Ato, Basiru Miyom Liyom Yeshu Ato.
Our second shir sharing comes from Emmett Lewis Hober, the child of Barbara and Mark. Emmett writes, "My favorite memory from Hebrew school is the sense of community we created by the end of 7th grade. After going to many bar and bat mitzvahs together, it felt like our class had become one unit, one row of seats, one unified community. I am going to McGill University, but I will be taking a gap year first, something I have been looking forward to as long as I can remember. I hope to work and travel and spend time with friends and family."
Let us now as one unit, one row of seats, one unified community, turn to Lecha Dodi and together welcome in the presence of Shabbat. Lecha Dodi Likra Kala Pene Shabbat Nekavela Lecha Dodi Likra Kala Pene Shabbat Nekavela Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad Hishmi'anu el ha'miokad Adonai echad u'shemo echad Neshemo tiferet v'lethilah lecha Dodi Likra Kala Pene Shabbat Nekavela Lecha Dodi Likra Kala Pene Shabbat Nekavela Likrat Shabbat Lechu v'necha Ki mekor ha'veracha Merosh mikadam Nesucha Sof ma'aseh Memachshava techila Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Pene Shabbat Nekavela Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Pene Shabbat Nekavela Hitorari Ki ba'orech Kumi ori Uri Shir Tikvah Kevod Adonai Alayich nigla Lecha Dodi Likra Kala Pene Shabbat Nekavela Lecha Dodi Likra Kala Pene Shabbat Nekavela Boi B'Shalom Ataret Bala Gam B'Simcha Ubsavola Toch Emuneh Am Segula Boi Kala Boi Kala Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Pene Shabbat Nekavela Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Pene Shabbat Nekavela We turn to the Chatzi Kaddish on page 15, ushering ourselves into the Mariv, into the evening service. Yitkadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabbah ba'alma divarach hiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh B'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol Beit Yisrael Bagala Bagala uvizman kariv Veimeru Amen Yehesh Merabah Mevarach La'alam u'lalmei almaya Yitbarach Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei kudisha brichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran ba'alma ve'yimeru amen.
Our third Shir sharing comes from Robbie Suchaleki, the child of Irving and Shaochan. He writes, "When I first learned that my school had been canceled, I was dismayed. I had been looking forward to the end of senior year, anticipation, eager to spend more time at my school clubs, visits to my university, and finally compete at science Olympiads alongside my team. Routine soon grew tiresome and lonely as I thought about the events that were canceled and the friends that I missed. I idled as the days ticked by, despairing in a sort of hopeless wanderlust. This is not the senior year that I had envisioned, but I still wanted to do something more meaningful with my time. I got off the screen, and I began to take long hikes in the neighboring Fells Reservation. It was tranquil and calm in the woods. Amidst those trees and surrounded by nature, I felt my worries give way to peaceful reflection. I thought about my teachers that had reached out to me and my family that supported me and loved me. Senior year was disappointing, but I wasn't discouraged anymore. I felt perfectly contented. It is a time like this that makes me feel lucky, and I am very grateful to be a part of a caring community, of caring communities, my family, my friends, my school, and Temple Shir Tikvah. Even with college and many plans on the horizon, I know that this is a loving community that I can always return to. Thank you.
With Robbie's beautiful words in our ears and in our hearts, we turn to Baruch Hu, dear one, calling on the light of our souls to help us find our way home, calling on our inner resilience, finding sustenance in the blessings of nature, family, friends, and community. Baruch Hu, dear one, Shekhinah, holy name. When I call on the light of my soul, I come home. Baruch Hu, dear one, Shekhinah, holy name. When I call on the light of my soul, I come home. words of the Sadia Gaon, a 10th century Talmudic scholar, with pleasure, you roll light away from darkness and darkness before light. What a joy it is to imagine divine pleasure as we move in our own lives from the darkness we all feel at times into light and back again, the full expression of our human hearts. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day and then day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day and day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Boreo, banana, golem, ormik nechoshet, golem, ormik nechoshet, vechoshet yipneo. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Turning to page 17 for the Shema. Listen. Listen to the still, small voice inside of you. Listen compassionately to the voices outside. Listen with love to the sounds of life. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Our setting of Ve'ahavta tonight will be the words of Elijah Wiesman, soon to be a graduate of Gann Academy, the new Jewish high school. Elijah embodies the words of Ve'ahavta. With love, we take what is ours to do and plant it in our hearts. With love, we teach our children the language of our people's soul. We speak with them in that tongue, not only at home, but also on the road, at tired, spent, and ending times, and at wakeful, hopeful, or beginning times.
Hi, I'm Naomi, and I'm a senior at Gann Academy. And next year, I'll be joining the IDF in August. And a favorite memory I have at Temple Shir Tikvah is when we had one of our Shabbatons. I hid in the bima, and we were playing hide and seek, and no one came and found me. So I sat there for like an hour waiting for people to find me.
My name's Elijah Weisman, and I'm one of the graduating seniors in the Temple Shir Tikvah class of 2020. Next year, I'll be attending Washington University in St. Louis, Missouri to study international affairs. Some of my favorite Temple Shir Tikvah memories have come from actually being a classroom aide and getting to work with the same teachers that I had when I was a student. It's been fun to kind of see the material a second time, learn it again, see the kids taking it in for their first time, and it's been a great opportunity to remind me how much Shir Tikvah has helped me connect to my Jewish roots and made me into the person that I've become today. Shabbat Shalom.
You turn to page 21 for Micha Mocha. Who is like you among those called gods? These words have been confusing to me, and I read a midrash recently that explains that these words mean that when the children of Israel were at the sea, at the Reed Sea, they recognized that God, who was with them in slavery, was the same God who was now freeing them. So they called out in recognition, "You kept us company in our confinement, and now you are here with us as we escape into freedom. This is my God." Feeling safe sometimes doesn't look exactly the way we think it's going to look. In this awesome class of 2020, the sense of safety they created with each other was nothing short of inspiring. Even when someone wasn't found in the sanctuary for a long time was cause for laughter and further bonding, as you will hear from Naomi Revel, who will be graduating from Gann Academy and moving to Israel and joining the IDF in the fall.
Hi, I'm Naomi, and I'm a senior at Gann Academy. And next year, I'll be joining the IDF in August. And a favorite memory I have at Temple Shir Tikvah is when we had one of our Shabbatons. I hid in the bima, and we were playing hide and seek, and no one came and found me. So I sat there for like an hour waiting for people to find me. And then when I came back downstairs, everyone was eating. They forgot about me. But I think it's really funny. And yeah, I think it's kind of weird that I won't have a graduation, but I got a nice sign to make up for it that I have in my yard now. So yeah.
We pray for the day when every child and adult who lives on this earth will live in safety and unafraid. Hashkivenu. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom lahamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom lahamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Sometimes I lay under the moon and thank God I'm breathing. And then I pray, don't take me soon, 'cause I am here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will play. One day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day. It's not about win or lose. We all lose when they feed on the souls of the innocent. Blood-drenched pavement, keep on moving though the waters stay raging. And in this maze, you can lose your way, your way. It might drive you crazy, but don't let it phase you, no way, no way. 'Cause sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will pray. One day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day. One day all this will change. Treat people the same. Stop with the violence, down with the hate. One day we'll all be free and proud to be under the same sun, singing songs of freedom, like one day, one day, one day, hey. One day, one day, one day. Hashivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom lahamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom lahamidenu malkeinu lechaim. May it be so. Danny Bernstein is the child of Suzanne Schwartz and Tim Bernstein. She writes, "Hi everyone, my name is Danny Bernstein and I am a senior this year at BB&N. Next year I'm going to Hamilton College. I'm super excited to play hockey." She's a great hockey player at Hamilton, and I'm planning on studying applied math and studio art. High school has had its ups and downs, but throughout all of it, I have been blown away by the beauty of the Shir Tikvah community. I have so many fond memories of my Hebrew school classmates, and I'm still in communication with a few of them. The temple has always been a safe place to socialize, share, and explore spirituality. I am so impressed by this community's ability to pull together and provide support, especially in this time of crisis. Being able to participate in live stream services on Friday nights with my family has been such a cool experience. I want to thank everyone who contributes to making this community so special. Along with the members of this community, I'd like to thank my classmates. You are all so amazing, and I'm so excited to see what you'll do in the coming years. Let us lift our voices and our bodies and our spirits in prayer as we turn to the Amidah on page 25. We'll chant the first 3 blessings together and then leave a little time for quiet reflection. Ananana Shatai Tifta Ananana Ufi Yagid Ufi Yagid Tehilateha Ananana Adonai Ananana Shatai Tifta Ananana Ufi Yagid Ufi Yagid Tehilateha Ufi Yagid Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak ve'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel ve'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim Ve'konei Hakol V'zocher Chasdei Avot ve'imahot Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem Lema'an Shemo be'ahava Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham ve'ezerat Sarah Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai Mechaye hakol atah Rav lehoshia Mechalkel chayim bechesed Mechaye hakol berachamim rabim Somech noflim verofeh cholim Umatir asurim Umekayem emunato Lishenei afar Michamocha Baal Gevurot Umidomelach Melech Memit Umechayeh Umatzmiach Yeshua V'ne'eman Ata Lahachayot Hakol Baruch atah Adonai Mechaye hakol Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh U'kadoshim b'cho yom yehalalucha Selah Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh. The words of Ruby Russell, child of Nina Manelson and Kyle Russell. This past week, I have been knee-deep in legal documents in preparation for my move to Israel this summer. In filling out all this tedious paperwork, I am writing the preamble to the next chapter of my Jewish life, which I know will be a daunting and magnificent journey. At the same time, I am looking back and reflecting with gratitude on the first chapter of my Jewish life, of which Shir Tikvah is the main setting. In some ways, I could, with just as much appreciation and gratitude, say that Shir Tikvah was a wondrous prologue that has set me up to make Aliyah with a curious, open-minded attitude toward Judaism and a sense of ownership of my own Judaism. But my time at Shir Tikvah has been far more than a prologue. I was a student in Shir Tikvah Hebrew School, EJL, or Hebrew High for a full decade. And while the word school implies that we are there to learn, which don't get me wrong, I certainly learned a lot, at Hebrew school, I always felt like I was there living my Jewish identity, not being molded into a good Jewish young woman, which I guess it also did to me when I wasn't paying attention. When planting trees in EJL for Tu B'Shvat, I was celebrating the earth in the Jewish way, not just learning how to do it. When I sang and danced to the Aleph Bet in elementary school, I was taking ownership of the language of my ancestors, not memorizing letters. When I stood at the Bima and read from the Torah, I was not performing. I was stepping into a ritual that had been passed down to me and that I had been given the opportunity to make my own. In Hebrew High, when I spent my Wednesday evenings in the sanctuary, with one arm around my childhood friends and the other holding a song sheet, it wasn't just a sing-along, it was holiness. Shir Tikvah has been a pool of spirituality, culture, and community, where even as a toddler, I was allowed to jump right into the deep. My friends, family, and the most incredible clergy never tried to stop me, but rather taught me to swim and swam beside me. I am now going to plunge into a new pool, but the water of Shir Tikvah will always be running through my veins, and for that, I am eternally grateful. Please join me in chanting 3 words. Peace, salam, shalom.
Peace, salam, shalom. Peace, salam, shalom. Peace, salam, shalom. Peace, salam, shalom. Peace, salam, shalom. Peace, salam, shalom. Peace, salam, shalom. Peace, salam, shalom. Peace, salam, shalom. Peace, salam, shalom. Peace, salam, shalom. Peace, salam, shalom. Peace, salam, shalom. Peace, salam, shalom. Peace, salam, shalom. Peace, salam, shalom.
We pray tonight for those in need of healing, in body, in spirit, in mood, for those who are ill, for those who are afraid, for those who put their lives in danger every day to help others. We pray tonight for the healing of Amy Travis's brother-in-law, Bill Harry, who has COVID-19, for Andy Andriopoulos, Margie Tizik, a longtime friend of Diane Podrachik, who also has COVID-19, for Nick Santella, who was unable to come from Okinawa to be with his father, who died yesterday from COVID-19, for Elaine Marcus, for Mark Doxer, who injured his knee and is scheduled for surgery on Tuesday, for Emma Stellman, for Mark Bosenson, Irina Caper's father, who had heart bypass surgery last week, for John Saladino, Marianne Saladino, who are both ill with COVID-19, for Noah Finkelstein, Rosalind Hoffman, Joel Makes, Jane Beswick, Judy Planchin. Continued prayers for Audrey Roth, for Bernice Hutzler Stein, Emily Musgrave's grandmother, Maggie Myers and John Epstein, Tina Duffy, Molly Solomon, Debbie Gilman, Neil Daniels Midman, Abraham Lyons. Continued prayers for Deb Goldman, for Alan Nelson, William O'Brien, Dorothy Taylor, Steve Cobble, for Ron and Patty Shepard, for Jerry Zimmerman, and for his wife Gail Suchman, for Mary Jane Gendro, for Raja Rajagopal, Jennifer Chase, Ellen Lee, for Julia Vance, Judy Donaldson, for Isaac Altman Sagan, for Rabbi David Nelson, Harav Ze'ev Yehuda Ben Devora, for Tom Lemons, Elizabeth Lemon's father, and for her mother, Priscilla Lemons, his caregiver, for Sonat Puve, for Philip Kessler, for Jeff Bray, for Arlene Edelson, Susan Lapidus, Louise Ward, Vicki Oman, Gail Tregor, Melissa Martin and her daughter Cassie, for Ken Blumberg, Jimmy Krasnow. Continued prayers for Asher Guy Ben Chava Vaher Shmuel, the Medeiros Rockenmacher family, Justin and Jen Alexander, Peter Ferraresso, for Peggy Shuker's mother, Gladys Shuker, for Jim Medford and his wife, Carol Medford, for Claude Lieber, Nancy Lazaro Lieber, for Bob Friedman, Irene Brown, Kathy Nath, and Mason Lee. We take a moment now to remember to think of all those we want to send healing energy to. And we turn to either page 130 in your prayer books or the words on your screen. Mi sheberach avoteinu mikol habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength who blessed the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mikol habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. We turn to the words of Oseh Shalom, on page 31 in your prayer book, or the words on your screen. May the one who makes peace shine that light upon all who dwell on earth. Oseh Shalom Bimroma, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'imro Amen. May the one who makes peace above make peace descend on all of us, and Israel. Let us say Amen. Oh, say Shalom, Bimroma, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'imro Amen. May the one who makes peace above make peace descend on all of us, and Israel. Let us say Amen. Let us say Amen. Let us say Amen. Dear class of 2020, or as we say here, class of 5780. From the time you were in EJL, I have loved being in your presence, your laughter and friendship, your spiritual and intellectual insights, and your many kindnesses are in my heart forever. My mind goes back to when you were in 3rd grade and how happy you were with Danielle and Alon as your teachers. I remember sitting in a circle together with a candle in the middle in the sanctuary on snowy Wednesday afternoons when you were in middle school, listening to you discuss life, politics, the meaning of friendship, and I marveled at the joy you created just by being together. You supported each other. You understood at that young age the importance of community, which was reflected in what you shared tonight. Needless to say, you are graduating in a precarious time, and I know you will continue to find your way into hope and strength. I've been reading some of the spiritual writings of a Benedictine monk named Brother David Steindl-Rast. He describes hope as an openness to surprise. You have never stopped surprising me with your positive energy, your excitement about life, your personal warmth, and your abilities to connect so deeply. You are a source of great hope. If these were usual times, we would invite you and your parents up to the bima and hold talitot over your heads. We'd recite a prayer about letting you go out into the world. Instead, tonight, a poem instead of a blessing. It's a request. It's called Summons by Robert Francis. It's a way of saying, stay awake, stay spiritually alive. Don't let yourselves or those you love miss out on how delicious and exciting life is, especially in these challenging times. Here it is. Keep me from going to sleep too soon. Or if I go to sleep too soon, come wake me up. Come any hour of night. Come whistling up the road. Stomp on the porch, bang on the door. Make me get out of bed and let you in and light a light. Tell me the northern lights are on and make me look. Or tell me clouds are doing something to the moon they never did before and show me. See that I see. Talk to me till I'm half as wide awake as you and start to dress wondering why I ever went to bed at all. Tell me the walking is superb. Not only tell me, but persuade me. You know I'm not too hard persuaded. Class of 5780, may you find reason to fall in love with life every day. You have a home here at Shir Tikvah that doesn't depend on any building or structure. The home is already in your hearts. It's in my heart, in Rabbi Carey's heart, in Bailey's heart, and in the hearts of all of our community. Come back and visit. Keep us all from going to sleep too soon. Wake us up with your adventures and tell us all that you are learning. Clara Berger, who will actually graduate next year but is a huge part of this class, Abby Cohen, Danny Bernstein, Will DeLeo, Katie Hubbard, Jonathan Hoffinger, Sophia Lehrer, Emmett Lewis Hober, Thomas Irvin, Rachel Klein, Emma Marlin Curiel, who will also graduate next year but is a shining star in this class, Naomi Ravel, Ruby Russell, Robbie Suchaleki, Elijah Weisman. Mazel tov to you all. We have made a donation to FoodLink in each of your names. FoodLink is a local community organization that rescues fresh food, alleviates hunger, and contributes to environmental sustainability. I end with words from Bailey Starr, our education director. She writes, I know that one thing all of you have learned in your years at Temple Shir Tikvah is that being a good person, a mensch, and being there for others is one of the most important lessons of Judaism. This has been a challenging and life-changing spring, yet I know you have the resilience and strength to turn the pain of this pandemic into an opportunity to help others. Chazak, chazak, v'nitchazek. May all of you always go from strength to strength to strength. One of your classmates has made a video to capture this moment with music. It comes from the show, The Children of Eden. Thomas Irvin played God, and he'll sing these lyrics. You cannot close the acorn once the oak begins to grow, and you cannot close your heart to what it fears and needs to know. That is the hardest part of love, and the rarest part of love, and the truest part of love is letting go.
Okay, so quick intro. Hi, my name's Thomas Irvin, and I am a graduating senior this year, and I've been with Temple Shir Tikvah for forever, and I am submitting a video of me and my friend singing a song from a musical that we were recently in, Children of Eden, and the reason I'm having him sing with me is because music is only good. It's best when it's sung with multiple people because it's a universal language, and I believe that anything that can be done with multiple people should be done. And, well, no further introduction needed. The song really speaks for itself. Its message is just so good. So I will let you enjoy. And it's only in Eden grows a rose without a thorn, and your children start to leave you on the day that they are born. And they will leave you there to cheer for them, they will leave you there to mourn ever so. Like an ark on uncharted seas, their lives will be tossed, and the deeper is your love for them, the crueler is the cost. And it's just when they start to find themselves is when you fear they're lost. Oh, but you cannot close the acorn once the oak begins to grow, and you cannot close your heart to what it fears and needs to know. That the hardest part of love and the rarest part of love and the truest part of love is letting go.
Thank you, Thomas. We have so many wonderful things happening now on our virtual schedule. There's something every single day of the week, and sometimes 2, even 3 things in a day. I will trust you all to read your weekend weekly update that came out yesterday, and we're going to move along now to Aleinu. It is up to us to honor all of creation, to respond to life with the fullness of our lives. It is up to us to meet the world, to embrace the whole, even as we wrestle with its parts. It is up to us, Aleinu, to repair the world and bind our lives to compassion and to peace. May we let all of this beauty tonight, dwell deeply in our hearts. Page 42 in your prayer books, 3rd paragraph down, or the words on your screen. let's turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, and all those around this planet whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. Tonight we remember Norman McFarlane, father of Melanie McFarlane, who died this Tuesday. Tina Foss, a friend of Linda Snow-Doxer's, who died this Wednesday after the ventilator was removed. Rabbi Sissy Corin. Elaine Weiner, beloved mother of Lori Ward, grandmother of Corey Ward, who died this Wednesday. Still in this time of Shloshim, Anthony Newsom, Stacy Weber's beloved father, Barry Wayne Snyder, Ren Gallo's beloved father, Fred Incy, Peggy Schuker's uncle, Pearl Kreisberg, Sherry Terrian's beloved mother, Myra Perez, Rob Marlin Curiel's sister, Helen Krancer, Chana Leah Bat Vittel, Josh Krancer's beloved mother, Lucy Kahn, Barry Kahn's mother, Sylvia Fox, Laura Wattenberg's aunt, Mimi Stolzenberg, Scott Doliner's great aunt, George Barry, Ellen Reisner's husband, Jacob Goubet, Erwin Goldberg, Stephanie Kreisberg's uncle, Bruce Whitmore, Martha Greeley, Wynne Musgrave's sister. The Yortzites for tonight: Linda Pinstein, Annette and Sophie Pinstein's grandmother, Eric Pinstein's mother. This is her 7th Yortzeit. Reuben Ben Leba, Richard Plum, Rabbi Marshall Plum's father. This is his 1st Yortzeit. Minna Jaffe Jacobson, mother of Zelda Schwartz, grandmother of Karen and Suzanne Schwartz. Angela Gold, Jack Vance, Diana Dessy. And take a moment to remember those in your own life, in your own hearts, those who may be feeling especially close tonight. As we turn in our prayer books to page 44. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah. Amen. Ba'alma divara chirute v'yamlich malchute. B'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach la'alam ulalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yit'alev v'yithalal shemei dekudesha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbachata v'nechemata. Da'amiran ba'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshevei tevel v'imru. Amen. Zichronam livracha. May their memories be for a blessing. What a joy it has been to be together tonight. Can feel all of you out there. And we are going to end tonight's service singing The Tree of Life. We are a community based on sharing stories, of knowing each other's lives. We are part of a tradition that is built on stories. May our tree of life continue to grow and grow over these days and weeks and months and years. There's a tree of life to those who are fast to it. All of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to those who are fast to it. And all of its supporters are happy. to you all.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you to the class of 5780 for being a spot of joy in our week today.